Kathy Griffith.
Here.
Jason Blair.
Here.
Melissa Hunt. Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2 is our consent docket. Approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held September 18th, 2023. Item B is receive the minutes of the regular planning commission meeting held August 8th, 2023. Accept a correction of plat from Crafton Toll Engineers to label the lot line dimensions of Lot 2 through Lot 6, Block 15 of the Broadmoor Heights Edition, Section 2. Item D is accept public drainage improvements to serve the curved parkland being north of Southwest 17th Street and east of Dreesen Drive. Accept public water and public sewer improvements to serve the Oak Ridge Crossing North Addition being north of Southwest 34th Street and east of South Santa Fe Avenue. Item F is grant an easement located in the southeast quarter of Section 14, Township 10, Rural 3 West to Oklahoma Gas and Electric as part of the 4th Street Underpass project. Appoint Audie Ower to the Moore Urban Renewal Authority to fill the unexpired term of Robert Clark. And item H, approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2023-24 in the amount of $4,799,642.95.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item 3, consider rezoning application number RZ-1035 located in the southwest quarter of Section 11, Township 10 North, Rural 3 West, being north of Sutton Circle and west of Broadway Avenue, from R3 General Residential District to C3 General Commercial District, and approve ordinance number 2023, application by Manuel J. Hara, Logan Frampton. The Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0. This is in Ward 2.
Vice Mayor and Council, this site is located north of Sutton Circle and west of North Broadway Avenue. The property is currently zoned R3 and is vacant. The applicant is proposing to develop a chiropractor's office on approximately 1 acre in size, just under 1 acre in size. To achieve this development, the property must be rezoned to C3 General Commercial District. Water and sewer are available to serve this site, and because the property is below 1 acre in size, stormwater detention is not required. Access is provided by Sutton Circle, and there is no access being proposed off of Broadway Avenue. The site lies in an urbanized area of Moore with commercial zoning surrounding the site to the north, south, and west, and the North Moore residential neighborhood lies to the east, on the east side of Broadway. The Envision Moore 2040 plan calls for this location to be employment mixed-use land use and should be designed to mimic a campus or office park setting compatible with the surrounding residential uses. Principal uses in the employment mixed-use district are office and flex uses. This application was reviewed as to its conformance with the intent of the plan, and due to the planned office use, no amendment to the plan is necessary. This site has been zoned R3 medium residential for many years, but it has not received any development interest over the years. Being in a commercial area along an arterial road, with this use being a low traffic generator with typical office hours, staff believes it is compatible with the surrounding development and appropriate as infill development. Staff recommends approval of this application. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Do you have any concern at all for what could go in there post this particular person? Is there any concern at all for that area?
No.
Okay, all right,
C3 uses are very
pretty common.
retail and office use.
Okay. Make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Elizabeth, could you, I know I've brought this once before, there's two really large trees that are there close to the road. And maybe just reach out to them and see if there's a way they could incorporate that into their design when they're doing all of that. They're just trees that have been there a long time, and I'd hate for them to, for us to tear them down if we don't have to, or cut them down.
Sure.
More likely it'd be parking lot.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 4 is consider approval of ordinance number 1036-23, amending Part 12, Chapter 5, Article G, Section 12-552 of the Moore City Code by increasing the required right-of-way width on arterial roadways from 100 feet to 130 feet, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Vice Mayor and Council, this ordinance formalizes council's decision that was made last meeting to increase the right-of-way along arterial roads from 100 foot to 130 foot. During our discussions, there was some questions as to whether or not a variance could be made for properties if, depending on their location or other factors, could possibly bring that total width down to 120 feet. I did check, and there is already a variance process in the subdivision regulations that a developer can use to request such a variance, and that would come in front of you to vote on. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I'll make a motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, and we've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 5 is consider authorizing the budgeted purchase and installation of two 30-foot Musco Sports lighting poles with controls and monitoring cabinet for Parmley Park basketball court from K&B Electric in the amount of $62,500 as the lowest quote and approved contract for same.
Vice Mayor and Council, Parmley Park is a heavily used park throughout the year. We recommend having K&B Electric install two Musco Sport LED light poles with lighting system for the outdoor basketball court. This will enhance the usage of the basketball court by allowing patrons to play at night when it's cooler, and it will also provide additional lighting to this area for security. We recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All right, I've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 6 is consider approval of a contract with amusement restoration companies for the budgeted restoration of the red/tan, blue, and yellow slides at the Station Aquatic Center in the amount of $57,100 as the lowest quote.
Vice Mayor and Council, the slide restoration companies provided the lowest and most responsible quote to clean, repair, refinish, and paint on most of the slides at the Station Aquatic Center. The green slide is new and doesn't need it yet. It's done approximately every 5 years. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Did you have good numbers this year?
Good numbers this
Yeah.
year.
Great,
Yes, they're finishing up their report for you.
okay. We've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Item 7, consider authorizing staff to solicit bids for trail enhancements for Veterans Memorial Park located at 1900 Southeast 4th Street.
Yes, you've received information in your packet about the Veterans Memorial Park Trail enhancement. The request to solicit bids for the project of enhancing the south end of Veterans Memorial Park by replacing the existing 4-foot walking trail to an 8-foot walking trail and adding 3 perennial and wildflower flower beds with irrigation, 7 new trees, 3 crushed granite seating areas and gaming tables will enhance that area. We recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 8 on our agenda is consider awarding bid number 2024-000, the Station Recreation Center fitness equipment to Advanced Exercise in the amount of $133,765.44 for the budgeted lease and installation of exercise equipment at the station.
The Advanced Exercise provided everything that we requested in the solicitation for the bids. We've worked with them in the past. We've used them for purchasing the fitness equipment. The Life Fitness and Hammer Strength products are of high quality and made in the United States. This Life Fitness equipment will match all of the existing equipment in the station, and we're purchasing it now so that it will be ready to go into the renovated areas that are being worked on right now. We recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 9 is consider approval of ordinance number 1035-23, amending Part 10, Chapter 5 of the Moore Municipal Code, Offenses Against the Public, Section 10-15, Prevention of Youth Access to Tobacco by reinstating municipal enforcement of possession of tobacco, nicotine, or vapor products by persons under 21 years of age, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Vice Mayor and Council, this ordinance allows us to prohibit and prosecute possession of tobacco products by persons under the age of 21 at the municipal level. This change comes from a change in the state law that will go into effect on November 1st. We recommend approval. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them at this time.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we had a motion and a second. Did you call the vote?
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 10 is consider approval of ordinance number 1034-23, amending Part 15, Chapter 6, Section 15-602 of the Moore Municipal Code by amending the maximum fine for parking in a handicap parking space from $500 to $200, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Vice Mayor and Council, this is an update to our ordinances to keep us consistent with state law. We recommend approval, and I'm available for questions if you have any.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
And we've got a motion and a second.
I'm sorry, real quick. So we're reducing the fine from 500 to 200?
Yes,
Law requires us to do that?
state law has it at $500, but within Title 11, it says that the maximum amount that municipalities can charge as a fine is $200. So it is just to keep that consistent.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, would you go ahead and call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries.
Thank you.
Thanks. This time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 11 is the consent docket. Receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held September 18th, 2023. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2023-24 in the amount of $1,787,864.04.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote, please?
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 12 is consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of a 2024 Freightliner M2-112 CNG chassis to support the Terminator truck body from ATC Hold Company, doing business as Premier Truck Group, in the amount of $158,494 using state contract number SW035T.
Vice Mayor and Council, items 12 and 13 are companion items. This is to replace a 2009 diesel truck that we have that has no AC, and it stays in the shop more than it is on the road. So we recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All right, we've had the motion and a second. You can call the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Item 13, consider authorizing the budget purchase of a 2024 Lightning Loader Terminator truck body from J&R Equipment in the amount of $133,241 using state contract number SW197.
Motion to approve?
Second. Would you call the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Thank you. Item 14, consider authorizing the budget purchase of a 2024 Freightliner 108 SD plus model chassis to support a dump truck body from ATC Hold Co. doing business as Premier Truck Group in the amount of $109,914 using state contract number SW035T.
Vice Mayor and Council, items 14 and 15 are also companion items. One is for the chassis and the other one is the body. This is to purchase a dump truck. Currently, we have only one dump truck in Public Works. So this will be used also during snow and ice control.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
We've had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Item 15 is consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of a 2024 Western-style dump truck body in the amount of $57,109.28 using state contract number SW0106 and plow and spreader attachments with installation in the amount of $60,400.75 using state contract number SW0500 from Industrial Truck Equipment in the total amount of $117,510.03.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Would you call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. We will now recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 16 is our consent docket. A, accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held September 18th, 2023. Approve payment of a workers' compensation settlement in the amount of $21,420 for CBR number 205-0000941 to Craig Hudgens and authorize placement on the ad valorem tax roll. Approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2023-24 in the amount of $85,068.75.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Would you call the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. We'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and reconvene the City Council meeting, and all members are still present. Item 17 is new business, citizens forum for items not on the agenda. We did have one person sign up, Chad Wilson. If you'll just come on up here and state your address. And I understand you have something you want to pass out, and you go ahead and pass those out.
Thanks.
And then you'll have 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, yes, my name is Chad Wilson. I live at 117 Meadowbrook Drive in Moore. I'm here just to kind of introduce myself and advocate for more tennis courts at Buck Thomas. That's the nutshell. I'm the junior high tennis coach for our side of for the Buck Thomas side of Moore Public Schools. I've done this will be my third season. And I'm a Moore Public School teacher. and I live here in Moore. I'm also a USTA member, and I have been for about 3 years. This will be my 3rd season. So I love tennis, obviously, and I want to just promote more tennis, more health in our community. The tennis courts we have are amazing. In fact, they just did some renovations, put some lights, so we're very thankful for that. I say we, I'm not speaking for all tennis players, but I'm thankful for that. I appreciate the city doing that. But what I handed out was a little, the USTA offer. I applied for a grant so that we could get more courts. There is a time limit on that, but that grant, and I'm working with Whitney, the assistant director. We've been going back and forth email, just trying to plan this out and see what options we have, and that's kind of what, that's run through him a little bit of what we're looking at and what some options we have. The grant, now in comparison to that budget, is not much, but it's about $30,000 that we can bring and put to the table with USTA. They do want it in their specs, which I appreciate, because it can also bring some programs to our community through the station. We do some tennis, I say we again, the station, the Parks and Recs offers programs. I've helped in participating in that. But I'd like to bring some more and bring USTA into our community as well. So with these additional courts, we could do leagues. We could offer league competition. That might bring a little money too. I know Whitney and I have talked about how we could do tournaments and things like that with our junior high programs and with our high school programs. So currently, we go to Early Wine and have to kind of fight for those courts because they have 12, and you need about 12 to do a tournament type thing. This school, Moore Public Schools, is building 5 courts at Moore High. That's in the plans with that bond. That's still not enough to do a tournament, but we're grateful for that as well. But with those 5 and then maybe the 8, I've seen communities like Lawton and other places I've been to with our tournaments do a joint tournament. And then we can, there's a fee for that, and that can bring a little more money to the courts and the maintenance and things like that. So I think that's about it. I'm hoping to host tournaments, bring some USTA leagues. I'm part of USTA leagues. I'm on a couple of teams, but we can't host at Buck Thomas because of the limited courts and things like that. So, and then those are just tentative plans, but that's surely a starting talking point. And so, anyway, I've been talking to Parks and Recs here and there too, and Whitney as well. I think that's it.
Where are you at in your application process for that?
Right now, I know there's a time limit, so that's kind of why I'm here. There's like an 18-month window. I'm not real sure when that 18 months started. I know I applied in February when it was offered for the 2023 year. I'm kind of leaning on it was approved, but of course approved based on if we accept and break ground and do construction. So, and I get that takes a lot of motion. That's not just something you can decide, let's do it. But that's why I'm here. What can we do, to get that ball rolling? What does that look like? How can I help? I am working on getting the citizens to speak up, my teammates, my parents, students, to try to just speak up and say, we want more tennis courts. So hopefully they're emailing you guys.
I think I got 3 emails, so.
Sometimes I even go by later at night riding a bike around, and they're always being used.
Yeah, they're used, and then pickleball. I know we just built some pickleball courts at one of our other parks, and that's awesome. But it'd just be another avenue. Pickleball's another one taking over, I shouldn't say taking over, but is becoming a real popular sport, and it's a fun one too. So
How many kids in the Moore system are involved in the tennis program?
when my season starts for my junior high, it goes from 25 to 30 that are plugged in, that are involved.
Any idea on high school?
It's probably about the same.
About
I
the
think
same,
it's like
okay.
20, 25. It can
Okay.
get up to 30. It just depends. It's off season right now, so I think
Okay.
she's got about 20 on the roll. And they use them They've actually, I know the time on there says 2:30 to 4:30, and it has a in during season, but they're actually using them currently while they're at that same time as an off-season practice. And it's catching on. I think all 3 high schools now have off-season tennis 6th hour. So that's another, it's kind of growing. So kind of excited about that.
Brooks, could you maybe just work with the Parks Department and see what something like this might cost and
Sure, we'll
possibilities
take
of
it under advisement.
funding something like that?
Here was another, talking to Whitney, we were, and this is just discussion, maybe trying to do it in phases. The grant only covers the 4 courts, not really any of the other construction or maintenance. So the priority would be, how can we get the 4 courts and maybe do it in phases? That was mentioned to me, and I thought that'd be a great, anything to get that going that direction, I'm obviously for. And so that portion of the budget, it's not as strenuous, on that budget sheet, so.
Well, I know each park kind of has its own heartbeat, and Buck Thomas Park has always been sports-related with all of our baseball, softball, football, soccer, tennis, and I think it'd be a great addition, and if it's something that we can work into our city budget, and we'll definitely look at doing it.
All right, thank you for letting me
coming
come.
this evening.
Thanks for all your work. Yep.
Okay, and there's nobody else signed up. Would anybody else like to speak? Okay, sir, if you just come forward and, again, just state your name, address, and you'll have 5 minutes.
My name is Timothy Barnett. I live at 2613 9th Street, where the CHIRP, Cleveland Housing Urban, your project is.
Cleveland Heights.
I live on the property.
Okay.
I've been there for about over a year now, and all I see is cars coming out there and dumping trash. That's all I see. I waited and waited and waited for the city to come out. I waited for the police to come out. Nothing happened. It was about 6 months into the year, I finally started taking matters into my own hands. I've turned in over 101 cars that come out there and dump illegal, that are out there with bad intentions. I'm not saying everybody is good out there, but the majority of the bad takes over the good, because nobody's out there to do good. I can guarantee you that. So what I'm saying is that I'm fighting for that land. This is my land. My land was taken from me, and I'm going to take that land back. I'm going to stop all future projects that are going to happen here in Moore, because I believe Moore simply doesn't deserve it. Moore is simply undeserving of anything. Man, you're trash. I cannot. I've been here for 23 years. I've lived here for 23 years. I've never seen anybody pick up a dead animal. I've never seen anybody pick up the trash off the streets. I see kids walking down the street with their lunch and just throwing trash. Moore doesn't deserve anything. That's all I got to say. And I'm going to fight for that land and for the other land. You're not going to tear up any more land. I haven't heard anything about the animals that live on the land. I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, I've got support. I've got a lot of support. I'm in the movies. I do stunt work in movies. I'm an actor. I've been in over 80 films. I do crew work in movies. I've done crew work on 80 movies also. I rig high steel. I climb. I'm a tennis player. I'd like to play you some tennis. I've been playing all my life. And I'm sober. Got 20, sober up at 96. Anyway, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm not here to argue or fight with anybody. I'm just telling you what I plan to do. And that's all I want to say.
Okay,
So
well, thank you for your comments. And Brooks, maybe we can extra patrol out there, have our police department? Sure. Just patrol. Okay, anybody else? Is there any items from the city council or trustees? How about our city manager?
Nothing at this time.
Then that will bring us to item 18, adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Would you call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Ham.
Okay, we're adjourned.
That was a yes, by the way, from the vice.
Item,
Sliding in sideways.
Is there